I'm very pleased to welcome some speakers from Sri Lanka, Bhutan and Pakistan for a discussion of the research from 2005 to 2007 as part of the IDRC's PANdora research network. The South Asia project has been on the accessibility, acceptance and effects of distance learning technologies. We are talking today to Dr. Jihan Vikramanayaka and also to Dr. Nazir Sanghi and to Sanjay Jampso. Dr. Sanghi is Dean of Computing Sciences at the Allama Iqbal Open University in Islamabad. May I invite you to talk about the methodology and some of the findings of the survey from the Pakistan point of view.
Thank you, John. Pakistan, we started along with our team in Sri Lanka, and later Bhutan also joined. We selected the schools, colleges in different parts of the country, and as you can see in the slide, we had about 1,879 questionnaires collected from schools, universities and other tertiary education institutions. We covered the whole country and have received the results which were compiled and are presented in the survey report as well as shortly presented over here. The student population was actually major, and that's where our education concluding results are highly supporting us in our decision making at a later stage in the distance education technologies which we are going to use in future. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, also we had schools, universities and tertiary institutions, and you can see from the slide the results in Sri Lanka, 95% Bhutan and Sri Lanka 95%, Bhutan 93% and Pakistan 79% of the students feel that ICT can increase their motivation in learning. The young people are especially using the internet in Pakistan. There are many internet cafes and they are actually utilizing it. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, 94%, Bhutan 93% and Pakistan 75% agree that ICT resources make their lessons more interesting. So people are moving towards this area. The students feel that they save the time and other work when use computers. And those results are also comparative in all countries. The CD materials are also being utilized quite well in other places. They are also getting more support, but this needs to be little bit more enhanced. The students feel that using the internet increases their understanding of the concepts and their theories. We have also have the students who would like actually to utilize internet in interactions, the LMS for that purpose. So many students are utilizing it, and government is actually putting the computers in many schools progressively, especially in rural areas as well. And Allama Iqbal Open University is joining the hands with the government in having the distance education going further. This survey is in fact actually helping us to plan our activities and the technologies and the accessibility of the student side, and many new projects are being started within Pakistan.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Sanjay Jampso from Bhutan to talk about the results relating to accessibility. I think very important in this survey.
Thank you, John. I'd like to begin by speaking a little bit about the beginning of internet technology in Bhutan. Unlike other neighbors in the region, we had internet coming in very late. It only began in 1999. So definitely, because of the slow beginning, although it has picked up very quickly, we do have difficulties related to access particularly. As you can see from the results, only about 7% have internet access from home in Bhutan. Similarly, I think the access even at the place of work or the place of study are very limited. I think even in comparison with India or Pakistan. On top of that, I think it's not just the access itself, it's the issue of speed and bandwidth, which further makes it very difficult for students to access. However, we know that there is a lot of interest in the use of the internet and computers among the younger generation. So at this point, I think because we have a very slow beginning and not a very good infrastructure, access is, I think, the main difficulty in terms of trying to use distance learning technologies, particularly online technology.
I would like to go to Dr. Sanghi to talk about the final set of results related to the acceptance of distance education. People tend to believe that books can still teach more than any technology, including a computer. Maybe because of the distinct problems of affordability of internet and other technological means. Nazir, would you comment on the affordability results?
Thank you, John. I think this the books materials are also being similarly students would like this. I think there may be three causes. One is actually internet has too much information available, and going to the focus areas takes more time and it becomes more unaffordable. The second thing is in the books they have more focused curriculum. Where they have actually fixed curriculum which they have to actually get this thing. This is also evident from one of our another study where we provided connected CDs in some books and the students were focused on that and they liked it very well. The third point is in fact the internet is not actually available at all parts of the country and many people who are at distant places, they could get actually books. Internet speeds are not so good actually at those places if it is at all available and affordable. So these points actually do create problems for students and they would like actually to have books available to them. They could read actually outside the internet cafe, outside the class and other places. In Pakistan, there are 27% students who are supported by parents in accessing their internet. It's actually a little bit difficult looking at the total income available to the parents and in fact actually the population, average family they have to support on the education, which is quite expensive at most places. In fact, actually Pakistan, Sri Lanka, the infrastructure, Sri Lanka being a maybe small country, is actually widely available there. But in Pakistan, it needs to take actually a lot more time. And since actually it is at different places, there are only one cafe, there is no competition, and it's actually let's say expensive there. Family income is another factor where it is not being afforded by the many parents, especially the poor people, lower middle class. In Pakistan, people agree that we could use actually ICT, but only majority of these are among the institutional students who are already studying at different universities, where the Higher Education Commission has provided quite good connectivity, like it is over here at AIOU, where we have 4 megabit connectivity, on which we are able actually to present this presentation and even do the video conferences. But students have free access at the universities. Some of the universities are now starting the access to faculty members and students at home. So it is going to be better and better in future, but at the moment it is still a question mark for students to have the affordability as well as access there.
Thank you, Nazir. About 1 minute left for this discussion. So Sanjay, could you take us through the final few conclusions of the project, please?
Thank you. I think from this study, although there is good evidence that there is good degree of acceptance in terms of using online technology for distance learning, two of our main barriers seem to be access and affordability. And I think that seems to be the trend with India and Pakistan as well. Even for students who could afford, access is still a big issue, including the bandwidth. But on the other hand, if you look at other distance learning technologies, I think radio and TV is so widespread. I don't think there is so much of access and affordability problems in terms of using radio and TV. However, we have not been able to exploit it so much. At least in case of Bhutan, there has not been much work done on this in terms of using it for distance learning. So that may be one of the areas we could explore in terms of affordability and accessibility. On the other hand, I think because ICT online technology is fast growing, I think with improvements in infrastructure and access improving, it looks like that would be the way to go. At this point, I think radio and TV could be an option that we could consider.
This has been a very important project, I feel, because it's drawn attention to these serious problems and issues which distance educators often overlook or don't acknowledge. But your results that you've just discussed between the 3 South Asian countries will be very valuable, I feel, and will help administrators in our universities and colleges to develop better infrastructures to make online and other types of distance education work. Thank you all 3 of you very much indeed for taking part in our discussion, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.